out. Yeah. Okay, friends, CMC alumni from 66 to 1966 to 2022. You are the selected representative of all those batches. Welcome today's meeting. We held our inauguration, our launching on 6th of June, and it's only little more than 2 months. It has grown exponentially with the hard work from Ashok. And then we also achieved a few points. Firstly, Dr. Nirmala, CMC Dean, was in our program, and she was talking to us about how she handled the COVID in Coimbatore Medical College Hospital, well supported by Bala Venkat and Rajesh from US. So it's a great job. I invited her today, but I don't know whether she's going to join. And secondly, the group has elected Ashok Kumar as the chairman. Congratulations, Ashok, and we wish you good luck. So I'm going to declare something about my classmate Ashok Kumar. I know I told you last meeting, he was very quiet and slim with the hockey stick in one hand and camera on the other hand. Now, 50 years gone, he's grown up as a leader. He has determination, dreams to go through, and he has done so much of hard work, and he working 24 hours a day. And he made it possible some of our potential happenings, which will discuss it today. I want to mention few things. Thanks to Ram, another man, works 24 hours a day, and he's going to launch, he and his batch is going to launch e-library and webinar hall on 20th. So this meeting is basically intended to how we do this 20th program, and I'm sure Ram and Sajani will lead us on that. And then thanks to Chandra, within a short time, he and his team collected details of 2,500 alumni around the world. So congratulations to him. And then a strong academic committee, they just had their meeting. So I'm sure someone will update us with their outcome with a few points. With Ram and Sajani, Hari Bhaskar, they all in the academic committee. We haven't got Soundararajan to update on the trust registration. Maybe Ashok will update on that. And then Sumati will have some new ideas. And finally, there's a program called, we had an emergency meeting 24th of July, and we have a few recommendations for the group. So with that, we have very good program today. And without wasting your time, I invite Ashok Kumar, the chairman of the group, for his report. Welcome, Ashok.
Thank you, Dr. Shanmuraj.
Before you start, guys, I might just show out my finger as 1 minute or 2 minutes. So please don't think it is rude, but it's just to remind everybody, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here to give the chairman report. As Dr. Shanmuraj mentioned, in 2 months, we have achieved so much. On January 6, 2021, a very shameful, shocking event happened in the US Capitol. Most of you know what happened. A mob attacked to overturn the democracy and hurt the elected officials. When the dust settled, our leaders didn't say, I'm going home, I had a traumatic day. They stayed back beyond midnight to finish the work they started to do. Last week, we had shameful, shocking event in our history, short history of 3 months. And we are not going to be affected by it, and we have reason to rejoice and celebrate our achievements today. We have to reflect on happenings of last week, but what I want to stress is that we must not lose focus on what we have to accomplish. Our job, this team's job, is only one: to establish an organized and well-structured alumni association by January 2021. Everything else is secondary. We need to get this done by January. And first order of business is, as Dr. Shanmuraj mentioned, this team has already approved the chairman and co-chair, Dr. Avadiyapan, but I request Dr. Sajani to go with a vote just to approve the slate I am presenting here. Co-chair Dr. Shanmuraj, Vice Chair Dr. Sajani Thomas, Secretary Dr. Bala Venkat, Joint Secretary Dr. Aruna Devi, and Treasurer Dr. Soundarraj. This is more ceremonial titles, but we need this to conduct our business in the next 3 months. Everywhere we go, they are asking, who are your officers? So I request a quick vote, Dr. Sajani Thomas,
Yeah.
to approve this slate.
Can we go ahead with that with a hands up or a one? I
Hands-
can't see the whole screen.
Hands up.
I think to see the whole screen, the slide have to go.
The slide has to grow.
It has to disappear. Yeah.
I will stop sharing for a second.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's a unanimous majority. So I
Okay.
think I could propose and we could accept that's going to be our office bearers for the time being. Is that how you want it, Ashok?
Correct.
Yeah,
Sajani. Thank you very
officially
much.
you propose, I second it,
I propose, yes. Thank you.
second it.
Thank you.
All right. The second order of business is that for us to refocus on where we started, what we agreed to do. As a global alumni, we said we will have the structural component. I made one change at the request of Dr. Sumati, that UK will include the rest of the alumni, Australia, Middle East, Malaysia being a small numbers. Dr. Shanmuraj and Dr. Sumati and Dr. Chandrasekhar are trying to get everybody together under this umbrella to be a structural component in our global alumni. And Dr. Rajesh is working hard to establish the US alumni. And individual batches will continue doing their social events and their what they have been doing all these years. One little thing, there seems to be still a confusion on administrative structure. We agreed that there'll be a council elected by each batch, 2 representatives made of 100. They essentially will be what we are doing now. We are the launch team doing all the administrative business at this point. As of January 2022, we are expecting them to take over and manage this alumni association in a democratic way. And they will elect the board, but that can come later. But this is where the confusion comes. The committees and project work groups are part of the general body. And a board member can be a counselor and can also be a committee member. So we just reiterate that the important structure will be the council to manage. And this is a very important slide. I have been on the phone almost a couple of
Can
hours
you go back
today.
to sharing the slides, please? We can't see the slides.
You can
Thank
see the slides. I'm sorry. I will end the show and then come back and share the slides. Are you able to see the slides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is an important one. We should always feel the pulse of the alumni. In hours I spent talking to people in India and overseas, this is what I'm hearing. I'm sure some of you have heard the same thing. We need to listen to them. We don't want to tell them this is what you need. I even had a chance to talk to Dr. Velasamy at GKNM. He agrees. we need to listen to them, especially people in Coimbatore. Majority of our alumni are practicing, are settled around Coimbatore. That's what we are here for, and we should listen to them. The second one is the alumni from overseas. No offense at all, but this is what I'm hearing. The alumni from overseas are out of touch with reality in Coimbatore. And when they see a leadership group with Shanmuraj and Ashok Kumar and Sajani, they say, who is from Coimbatore? And you guys you're out of touch. And the third one is we need better communication with the faculty. We have established a very good communication with the students. We have good communication with the administration, thanks to Dr. Nirmala and Dr. Ramalingam. But we are not focused much on the faculty. And I have been talking to the faculty individually, and I will tell you what the remedy is. And then we need more representation in leadership from alumni who live in Coimbatore. This is the latest input I got from Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta. He looked at the list leadership and said, hey, it is more than 30% is from overseas. We need to see more from Coimbatore. So with that in mind, what are the next important steps towards the January 22nd? We need to launch a few more crucial committees. We launched the academic committee and the SOME, the social media committee, which just took off like a rocket. They have so much energy, and we will hear from them, their report. But these are the two difficult ones. We need to establish a finance committee because we need to start looking into the finances. We will survive for the next 2 years with the budget. I will be presenting a budget in the next meeting for this year and next year. We will survive with voluntary contribution. But beyond 2022, we need to have a solid finance, and we need a finance committee to start working from now towards that. And then we need to have a project development committee. I will talk about it. And then the faculty liaison, and they requested that we should have a meeting. And I am planning to have the leadership group from this team meet with the faculty within a month or two, to touch base with them that this is where we are, this is what we are about, and they are enthusiastic when you talk to them individually, but they feel that they are totally left out. We need to get them into the loop. And then the third one is we should have to establish a core group. This is a request from Dr. Gupta, Ashok Gupta, 1968 batch. By the way, with a shocking thing, what happened, 1967 and 1968 batch en masse left our group. I spent countless hours with Dr. Gupta in the last 2 days to bring them back to the umbrella. And Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta asked that, and he volunteered to be the person on the ground to go to the college and hospital, like what Dr. Ramalingam is doing, to assess the needs and help us. And they are carefully watching. They are not participating. He warned me that his batch is watching what's happening here. And he wants us to establish a core group of leaders in Coimbatore, and we should have a Zoom meeting with them, this leadership group with that team, to see where we go next. And I will produce a bylaw by the end of September, the first draft. These are the four crucial elements we have to do the next month or two. And the other two, we should continue to engage the batches to select their council members. Realistically, if we have even 25 batches give us 50 council members, they are more than what we have now, 29, 30, and we are in good shape. And the launch team may have to stay back on the council. I think I talked to Dr. Sajani and a few other people. We need to, and Ashok Kumar Gupta also requested this, don't just hand over things on January 22nd. You stay with us in any form you want to be, but be prepared, this team, to stay on for 3 years to help them. So jumping back into committees, we have already launched the education, academics, and the SOME, and we will hear from them. But the next two is important: project development committee and finance committee. I need help for chair and members. And spontaneously, Dr. Sumati and Dr. Deanne has established this art, sports, culture, and holistic group. That's wonderful. I'm unable to advance my slide. So the project development committee is very crucial, and keep this in mind, we need to do needs assessment, listen to needs, don't tell the faculty, don't tell the students, this is what we are going to do for you. I have Dr. Hari Bhaskar, myself, Sajini, Dr. Sajini, Dr. Sundar, Lakshman, and Diana on this committee, but this is just a name, so I'm just putting it up there, Dr. Einstein and Sashi Kumar, but we need to select a chair and we have to meet soon. And the same, with this is very thin. Finance committee has no volunteers other than Dr. Soundaraj, Avdiap, and Venkatachalam being on the trust. They automatically become finance committee members, but they need a lot of help. We need people there to work on establishing our financial stability.
Can I give you another minute?
Go ahead, Sajini. Yeah.
Can I give you another minute or minute and a half?
I'm almost done.
Good.
This is the last slide. Art, Sports, Culture, and Holistic Group. Thanks to Dr. Sumati and Dr. Diana. You sprung this committee. Though we call it a group, it is a committee. And I'm proposing Dr. Shanmuraj and Dr. Lakshminarayanan to be the chair of the overall committee. Shanmuraj being the sports and Lakshminarayanan being the arts. And the subcommittees, sports will be developed by Shanmuraj, Sajini, Ashok, and Doraraj from Malaysia. My only concern here is that if you look at it, they are all overseas. I need to get people from India who are in sports, whom I have no idea who are in sports in India. So we need to populate that. And arts suggestions are Dr. Raghu, Dr. Prakash, and Dr. Suganti Nataraj. And holistic, we will have to populate that. And that's all we need to do in the next 2 months. And hopefully we'll have a good report next month. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok. Over to Sajini.
Oh, wait, I've lost my page. Sorry, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ashok. This is wonderful. And I think just about a minute or two beyond, but you had so much to discuss. So thank you very much. I now call Dr. Ramalingam to talk about the academic committee report and give us details of our upcoming inauguration day. Thank you, Dr. Ramalingam. It's all yours. You have 5 minutes, but I think I will give you about 8 minutes.
While waiting for Ram, I will welcome Avudiyappan. He's on the screen now.
Oh, yeah.
Is it okay to start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's nice to see all the people are very attentive, very rare occasion of designing our commitment to the next generation. So this is how the academic committee started with Dr. Seshadri, Lakshmi, Balavenkat, and Sajini. And we added upon many more people like Arvind Pallisamy, Tirunavakarasu, Murugavel, Arul Selvan, Dhanapal, Mahalingam, Chandrasekhar, Rajaj Shangasamy, Gitanjali, Kannan, Pranav, APG, Kitya, UG, and Dr. Hari Bhaskar, Dr. Satish, recently Dr. Mohan Kumar, Ratna Kumari, and Subramani, and Satya Subramani from CMC Vellore. So we have a strong committee which are all very enthusiastic about carrying on the academic activity. The infrastructure is very essential, so I'm concentrating on the infrastructure. This is our office is going to be opened up in the new block in the 4th floor. Just for the design sake, I put it as Coimbatore Medical College Global. This is not the one which is going to be there. I just wanted which one of the two you want. I just put 2 models on the left-hand side, the yellow background, on the right-hand side, the green background. So this is what I wanted to know, and it will be starting as CBE Medical College Global Alumni Association. Is that okay for the office? And within that office, we'll have master computer, the printer, Xerox machine, and a security camera. You can see on the a last part of, and this is how the e-library will look. It's all almost finished with the emblem in the center, and all are connected and working now. We are just waiting for the approval of the journal subscription so that it will be functional from 20th for sure. And also the arrangement for the basic structure for the SimLab is also ready. We are just waiting for the finance committee to sanction the amount for the SimLab materials. So we are going to have the SimLab models coming from Chennai on 20th of August, so that everybody can have a look at it, that it will be inaugurated by one of the faculty. And this is the security camera, will be showing all the activities in and around all the 3 halls all the time. And it will be recorded probably in a 4 TB hard disk, so we can all the time scrutinize what is happening, whether the librarian cum secretary is available, is he attentive, and who is entering and who is going out. And in the webinar hall, the smart board has come. Mahalingam has sponsored that one from Ireland of 71 batch. And this is how it's going to look like. So you'll have a smart board, you can interact, and then the emblem will be put on the, this is going to be laminated, and it will be in a much better design. Just for sample thing, I put it across for you. And thanks to the 71 batch of ours who were so innocent in 71, now they are matured and they have big heart to donate both e-library and webinar to our alma mater. It's a dream come true. It's happening. Just waiting for Dr. Ashok to wave the flag, green flag, to start connecting the internet and journals available for our PGs and UGs faculty. And if Dr. Mohan and Kannan discuss with the e-library vendor, and they can decide about a software which can even allow every CMC alumni to access into all the journals. They are going to allow 2,300 journals accessible round the clock from everywhere. So that is the understanding, and for I requested him to do the service free of charge for 3 years. They have agreed, and on just on top of our e-library, there is a long space available, and this is what we are planning. Any suggestions are welcome. In the center, you have a very nice photograph of most of the past professors with Dr. Veerasamy. And I have collected about 7 beloved teachers, and many more to come. I think about 30 such photos can be arranged in that area. This is only a sample. And the celebrity day will be 20th August evening 5 o'clock, when our academic activity starts. With I being the master ceremony, we'll have Dr. Shanmuraj welcoming everybody, the Dean Nirmala and the keynote speaker, and he will welcome the chairpersons Ramamurthy, Chandra, Avudayappan, and Sumati to chair, along with Dr. Lakshmi, and the all ladies will light the lamp to inaugurate it, and then ribbon cutting will be done by Dr. Manikiraj into the office, CMC office, and Education Research Center by Dr. Nirmala, and the portraits by Professor Ramamurthy, and e-library from my side, and webinar hall will be inaugurated by Dr. Seshadri and Dr. Mahalingam from Ireland, and SimLab will be by Vice Principal and Einstein, and the workshop demonstration by Head of the Department of Anesthesiology, Kalyana Sundaram, demonstrating the intubation in a SimLab. All the arrangements have been made. And to start the program, Dr. Ashok will talk on the genesis of Global Alumni Association. Dr. Seshadri will give the keynote address on overview of clinical research as suggested by me. And most of the PGs also wanted to kickstart with such a wonderful topic, and Dr. Seshadri readily agreed. That's a good point to note. And Dr. Haribhaskar and Arvind Palaniswamy will talk on the career pathway, and Dr. Geetanjali wanted to talk on personal growth in medical profession, which is also equally important. And Dr. Balavenkat and Rajesh from the US will talk on future plans about the webinar sessions. We have just had a discussion in our academic committee, and we have chalked out about the 4 programs. One with Dr. Einstein. Dr. Geetanjali is going to coordinate with all the webinar programs, and we are going to involve the faculty within the CMC alumni GH in every webinar. So, and at the second half, Kirtiya, the final year student, and Pranav, the postgraduate, will give the feedback about the program and what they are looking for. And then Rajgopal from Sacramento will talk on the closing statement and about his remarks. And we need to appreciate Adit, who has designed the global alumni emblem as suggested by Dr. Ashok Kumar. We will give a note of appreciation, and Dr. Sajini Thomas will give a vote of thanks. This is what we have provisionally planned. It's all subject to editing, correction, suggestions. Can we have an emblem at the top end, our college, and the emblem like this? And in the background, you will see our emblem in a lighter way. And the whole thing is going to be videoed by a renowned photographer and audiovisual person called Anand Peter, who has been doing the urology program all over India, abroad, and all the recorded videos of international faculty will be sent much in advance, and it will be played, and the photographs will be there in the smart board, and that's how we have planned. And any more suggestions are welcome. And I have invited everybody personally who are in Coimbatore, starting from Dean, Vice Principal, Manikra, Seshadri, Ramamurthy, Lakshmi, Geetanjali, and Navadayapan. And pending the approval from the GLT, the virtual faculty can be invited if the program is okay, because we need to send the program. I'm waiting for the approval and editing, then we will send it to all the faculty. We are going to involve all the faculty in the GH to attend the inauguration. I'm going to personally invite and then make them feel happy. It is our program. It's all you who are going to channelize it to our students. It is not we alone doing. You are in the main background. So that's what I am going to tell them personally. So don't worry about that part. It is my job. And I request, I had many meetings with the PGs and the house surgeons, and they had sent the wish list of what they want. The research methodology, how to read a journal, emergency management, and ventilatory management. For 4 of these topics, today in our academic committee meeting, Dr. Seshadri, Satya, and Subramani, and Haribhaskar, and Einstein, everybody voluntarily agreed to be a part of the webinars to come. So for the 4 programs, already we have chalked it out, and any more suggestions are welcome. We have still time to chalk it out, or on the day of inauguration, we can decide how best we can make it better. So thank you all for the patient listening. Let us make Coimbatore Medical College alumni a very happy one, and complement the existing faculty to contribute to our next generation, a great opportunity given by God to do it. So thank you very much for all of you for listening. Any suggestions are welcome. I'm here to carry out. I'm more than happy to take any number of people in Coimbatore. I've been requesting the people whom I know. I may not know many batch people. If Dr. Ashok can send me the list of people whom you want me to interact, I am more than happy to interact, and then I will take everybody to GH on this coming Tuesday. 1:30 to 2:30, I'll be in GH to see that all arrangements are fine-tuned. I want to make even the internet connected. I'm going to make an extra internet connection to be available as a standby on 20th so that nothing fails. So please send me the list. And thank you very much, Dr. Shanmugaraj and Sajini, for allowing me to present this. And looking forward to our inauguration on 20th August, the D-Day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have a question from Dr. Chandra. Yeah. Go ahead, Chandra. Dr. Chandra, go ahead.
Thanks, Dr. Ramlingam. It's been excellent. Thank you for all your hard work. And it is really nice to see everything is coming along nicely. Can just request you to add to the program that we want to release the newsletter and also open up the website on the same day. So if we could add that to the program, that would be very helpful. And also I requested few of you whether we could find some adverts for the newsletter. So I think we haven't got much time on that, but if you could help, I think that would help with the website maintenance. And also if you want to get a second librarian, I think it can be helpful. So can you please clarify whether you could do that? Thank you.
Regarding the newsletter, we can definitely include in the program. I'll put the tentative program in our GLT. You can edit and modify what you want to add. The newsletter release can be added, and I will discuss with Bala Venkat to get some sponsors if possible, and it should be possible. So we'll look into it. And regarding the second appointment of another person, we actually, Ashok's relative had brought a polio affected person. We want to help the handicapped people. Even there, we want to show the empathy. So he's Murali, he's just thinking over. I told the person who is already employed from August 15th is one Mr. Nanda Kumar. He has night blindness. Otherwise, he wanted to stay. But I said, don't stay beyond 6 o'clock. If there is a dim light or something, I will send my driver to drop you in your room. And then after 6 o'clock, there is one postgraduate PG who is in the next door of our academic hall, who will take over the key. And he said she is responsible for the materials in the academic hall. She will look after till 12 o'clock. So she agreed on my request till we find a suitable handicapped person or any other person who can stay till 12 o'clock. I asked the PGs till what time they wanted. They said till 12 o'clock they wanted. So I'm looking for a person. If you get it, then it's fine. Till then, Vinita will take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramlingam. That was very good. And just to mention or add on, in the academic committee, we emphasized the importance, as Dr. Ashok mentioned, involvement of the faculty at the ground. We have to have them always with us, input from the undergraduates and from the PGs. We had 4 sessions that we had teamed out, and that was mainly, can you hear me? Yeah. The initial one, we were hoping to start something on October 2nd, being an auspicious day, but I think they were also talking about webinars in September. So we were talking about the first one being on emergency medicine and research introduction by Dr. Geetanjali and Dr. Einstein. The second one would be about I think Dr. Sheshadri is going to talk on research. Third is career support plan. And fourth is a ventilatory support that is mainly for the PGs. This is all tentative schedule with bound to be changed. But the take-home message, emphasis, involvement of faculty, ground level. Every webinar will have them either as a moderator or a speaker, or participation from them will be there. That is the only way we can go forward. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sajani. I think Bala Venkat is not here. Sajani, can I introduce the next person?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, before I introduce, I have a question for Ram and yourself. I know we will try to involve all the faculties. And similarly, I want to get medical students and PGs as many as possible for the launch meeting. It's a Friday evening between 5 and 7. I don't know how many you should be able to bring them around.
Okay. Okay. I know before Dr. Rammalingam answers, can I just
yeah,
tell
I had a discussion
with
with the postgraduates.
Right.
I think about 100 people will be coming. I said, if the COVID is under control, then bring as many as house surgeons, PGs, local faculty, and the clinical students. So they are all geared up to attend. It's
Good.
only the COVID situation which will allow how many can be accommodated in the 3 halls. There are 3 halls adjacent by, at least about 100 people can be accommodated. They are geared up. They are very excited.
Excellent. Yeah, because that will disseminate.
out of that? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next item is SOMI meeting updates, database, website, advert, newsletter. So it's so many clubbed together. And I would invite the leading man of this group, Chandra, to present it to us.
Thanks, Dr. Shanmuraj. I think I have a lot of clever people, hardworking people working on the social media group. So I think I'll hand over to Mohan to share the presentation and also with Kanan. But before doing that, I think 2 things I wanted to emphasize. One would be that we plan to release the newsletter on the 20th, and I'm thankful to all of you who contributed already, but there's a few more pending. So if we could send it as early as possible, it would be helpful for Kannan to put all of it together. And second thing is about the advert, where there's a potential source of getting some funding. So if you could focus on that, I think that would also be helpful. So I'll hand over to Mohan and Kannan to start the presentation on behalf of our team.
Sir, so Kannan, can you go first, please? Okay.
Next is Dr. Kannan.
Greetings to all alumni. Hope I'm audible, visible, and my screen also visible.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be quickly running through the newsletter which I have designed so that Mohan sir has a lot of time to speak for his presentation. So this will be the cover page where we have included the message from the chairman, and the next page I'm expecting people to give ads, and this page has to be still worked on. This will be a page which will show the contents of the magazine. When all pages are formatted, I can work on this, and we are also expecting a note from the Dean Madam so that we can put it in the same page. And we have 3 aspects, like articles from seniors reminiscing about their stay in the college. So we've already got a nice article from Ramamurthy sir talking about the Department of Surgery, and he has also given a few photographs which I could include. And Manikraj sir had just sent in his account of the college, and it's a huge one. So we've planned it to put it in 2 parts. So this will be the part 1 of his article, and part 2 will come in the next issue. And this is an article which will be an academic article. So this has been provided by Dr. Rohit Shankar from UK. It's on the essentials of good research. And this is an editorial article given by Chandra sir and Sumati ma'am and her colleagues, and I've allocated a small page for Tamil. So this is one of the poems which was given by my batchmate, and there's another page which we have allocated for the UGs who are currently in our college, so that they can also express their talents. And we are yet to get articles to be filled into the editorial page. mainly the articles from the e-library and educational committee, if they have to speak something specific. Definitely, we have a lot of things going on in the e-library. It would be very nice if we could have an article about the e-library, which we have planned. And I've also received received an article from Shanmugharaj sir and Sajini ma'am about their involvement in sports in those days. I'm yet to include it. I'm just planning on how to incorporate it into the existing form. And there's another page for ad, and last page which will have the links of all our social media pages and an upcoming calendar of events. And that's all from my side.
Thank you. Dr. Mohan next.
Good evening, all, and thank you. SOMI update. SOMI is social media update, and thanks to Dr. Chandra sir for this opportunity, and Kannan, myself, Dr. Naga, and a good number of team worked on it. I've divided into 3 major headings to discuss. So first, let's want to talk about this database. So as you all aware, that database we started as a Google Sheet spreadsheet, and since it was a batch-wise sheets were collected, and we closed the sheet on July 30th because the sheet is open and anybody can see anybody's contact, and we are crossing the confidentiality. So we developed a Google form. We had all the informations, consents, disclaimers, and we could also control the entry of the information. It's like sort of fill in the blank. So it was very good. We got a good number of responses in the past 8 days. And the next step is to integrate the entire database into the website, and whoever is already in the database, we can allow them to register bypassing the double verification. And for others who don't have their name included in the website, we go for double verification before they are entering our membership website. So this is the from yesterday, we could see a lot of good batches that are pushing up. Still, we could see less entry between 18s and 94 to 205. So which we are trying to identify key people and push the information to collect. And as of now, we have 2,624 entries, and with that we can see 75% had phone numbers and 55% had their emails. Still, it was a preliminary cleaning. We should do a lot of more cleaning to ensure that we have emails, because in each box there are 2 mobile numbers, each box there are 2 email IDs, which we cannot use it for an automated sending messages or emails. So that will be happening in the next couple of days. So why we are going to use this database? One is to send communication. For example, like Ramalingam sir has a good flyer, we wanted to send to all the members, all the alumni. So we can have an email that is being just pushed automatically with the existing facilities available in the Gmail group. And also, we are also planning to send an SMS to whom we don't have email IDs. Send a link so that they can download the PDF and see the invite, and also send the link for the inaugural function, and also trying to persuade about our website in future things. And we will continue this Google form for some more period. But once the website is launched and it is like perfect, we will allow them to register through our website, and we will have a registration page in the website. And so, okay, the issue about like security and visibility of database. So for general visibility in the website, we will have batch-wise names and no photographs, like 1969, the number of people, like we can have the name. We can even have their specialty, but for the members, we will give visibility to their who already registered to the website can have their access about name, badge, specialty, and current country of residence. And we will also allow them to access the email ID, mobile number by a consent process. Like if I wanted to reach Chandra sir, I will send a request that this is my problem I want to reach. So a message will go to him, and he will, okay, then he will share, and that's a communication happening between myself and Chandra sir in a separate forum. So we are trying to build that so that we will see the members are benefited between each other by sort of help, knowledge, sharing, ideas, and other steps. We are also using this to use as a communication forum. And of course, admin will have the entire database into their control. So this is regarding the updates, and thanks to Naga for building up, and she was the inception, she did every work, and we are also discussing about developing a form and adding more information when we are collecting that in the website. And then let's talk about the website. Now we know that template is already finalized and developer is very good and he's on board. And as of now, the first phase we are planning to complete by 16th of this month. That will be covering in homepage who we are, committees, and information about the batches like number of people registered, sort of account. And we will also have a members page, sort of login page, and member dashboard and an admin dashboard ready. And the website has two accesses. One is common access and member access. So common access will be having the general information like homepage, who we are, batches, and the newsletters. But the member access will be having login and their profile, access to the e-library, academic information, discussions, alumni additional information like their specialty, contact details on request, and also reach out options and help support. So this is regarding the member access. And communication, we will be building an email communication because we need not write standalone emails. We are also planning to do an SMS gateway for OTP authentic verification and also some push messages. This will be already integrated into the website. And the way forward, we are planning to discuss with the developer once in 2 days, and he has the contents will be given by 13th on the write-up on the homepage, what we should write, list of committees, members, registration form flows, and the clean the database and the newsletter. And sorry for the spell mistake. The first draft of internal review will be available on 16th August. We can have I can put it to the link, everybody can comment, and then the final draft will be ready on 19th so that we can launch on 20th. This is the website we are envisaging, and I'm optimistic about it. And this is the layout draft, and so many things to go into it, and I'm pretty excited about the development happening for the couple of days. And okay, it's a good thing. So next, this is the last part I want to talk about is the e-library, and thanks to Ramalingam sir, team, and Shokshar, we have the 8 computers installed, OS and everything is ongoing and it's perfectly working. We are having a talk, we had a discussion with the IT person yesterday and probably tomorrow also to ensure that it is secure, all the firewalls and the antiviruses are in place, and the UPS and other systems are in place, and the hardware and software are good. So for e-library software, we explored the 2 softwares called Smart Library and Coho. And after the discussion with them, we feel that it is not suiting to our need in the current question. So we are just parking it, and we are planning to go to explore the ProQuest. I had a discussion with Ramalingam sir, the ProQuest in charge person of here in Bengaluru, and we are on the same track, and I can update as a small write-up about ProQuest later. It's a big discussion. And for the launch, okay, we will have a dedicated e-library page on our website, and there will be a link for free access journals and the textbooks links, which already we have identified. And we also make sure that the ProQuest login page will be into our website, so that they need not go to the ProQuest website and log in. They can just come here. So for ProQuest, currently the access is given for the people who are in CMC and in Coimbatore, and the global access for the alumni is not discussed upon. That is what I heard from the ProQuest person. We have to have a separate discussion to ensure that everybody is on the same page. And the future plan is to explore other e-library software. This Infed is a free central government software, and also we have Nimbus. So we are exploring these 2 softwares. Why we want this is because we wanted to have everything in one place and wanted to monitor the usage. And we will be including journals, ebooks, PG prep materials, and that will be again into the member dashboard, so that people has to log into our alumni website and then go to the thing. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohan. That's a great work.
Fantastic, Mohan and Kannan. I just want to add 2 more things. I think you can appreciate what we have achieved in a short time, getting data, nearly more than half the alumni, 2,600, and then how we can communicate, and also the development of e-library. My request again is to find some adverts for the newsletter, so which would be extremely helpful. And another point I want to make is that make sure that people continue to fill the Google forms, which Kannan and Mohan have designed. So even though you might have filled in before, this is more comprehensive and very useful for future. So even for people who filled up the Google Excel sheets, there is a Google Word document which is individualized. This is not shared with anyone. So if you can do that, that will be great. Thank you. And well done, Mohan and Kannan. Fantastic.
Well done.
Because of you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll take a couple of quick questions if you have.
Mohan.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mohan. We had a discussion with the IT guy. And did you talk about the software which will cater only the people in the campus, or the CMC students only, or across the globe? He said there is another software needed which is going to cost more, and he's in discussion with you. So I said set up a conference call tomorrow by 5:30. Is that okay? We all three discuss, and probably we'll add Kannan and then decide about the software.
Perfect, sir. We can do that. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow 5:30.
I am available, sir. Ashok, sir.
Okay.
Sir. We
Okay.
can do it.
Okay. Kannan.
Yes, sir.
make sure
Yes,
you
sir.
are also
Absolutely.
available.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So that
Thank
will be
you,
done.
Ram. Asna, I think Ashok has something to say.
Just to
Okay.
give an update on the e-library subscription for the ProQuest, the US alumni has collected enough money to send it to the ProQuest, and Rajesh is working with them through the order, and they are having trouble transferring the money to the account. So within a day or two, that should be sorted out. And we do have extra $1,500 pledged. So if you require additional software within that amount, we should be able to support you.
Ashok, maybe the academic hall, carpentry, and then a little more things regarding the inauguration expenses and all. We may need little money. I don't know how much it's going to, because audio visual guy is of international standard. I don't know what is his quote, and these are some sundries we have to keep in mind. So how
Okay.
do we account for that one?
We will continue to raise money, Dr. Ramalingam. I think we can.
Okay, okay.
But from the Order Foundation, it is very restricted. They are a nonprofit organization, and the only approval he got from the board is to send it to the e-library.
That's
all
fine. That's
I
fine.
can
That's
do.
fine.
But we
That's
will
fine.
be able to. But in that fund, we have additional $1,500 if you need.
I'll give an
Towards
update on
e-library.
tomorrow
Right,
night
Nita.
about the software and the.
Alright.
So keep me posted, Dr. Mohan. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Yeah, I'm happy to. Thank you.
Along that line, I'm trying to get some money for the website, but once you know the exact cost of website, let me know. I'll try to get some money from people in India.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
I
Dr.
think we
Shanmugarajan, can I
have
have a,
approximate costs for the website. Sorry, Naga, go ahead.
Naga?
oh yeah, thank you, sir. So I have a request to Dr. Sumati ma'am, and then a suggestion to our own SOMI team. The request is, while we are collecting all the contact information, we do have insufficient information. Some of them have email, some of them have only a phone number.
Correct.
Some of them may not have much information, but we need to verify their authenticity. So can we use the council members from each batch so that we can contact them to verify if these are the people belong to those batch, so that the multi-factor authentication process for the database would be easier for us?
Yes.
So that's the request. And a suggestion for our SOMI team, I've not been able to participate in any of the phone call with the website people. I know there are two processes. One is the development side, where we design, we give our requests and suggestions and whatnot. The other one is the maintenance, because there's a lot of data that we need to maintain. The server, I don't know which server they may be using. So if the conversation has already started, then it's good. If not, then we may have to work on that also. That's it.
Okay, I think the rest of the questions, we will take it in question and answer section. We will move on to the next program. Sajani, would you like
yeah.
to take over?
Yeah, I think we are going to talk a little bit about the finance and charitable account update.
Correct.
Dr. Soundarajan and Dr. Soundaraj and Dr. Ashok.
Yeah.
Can we have a quick update, please? By the way, you guys have been awesome. You're keeping to time. I've given you all about 2 minutes extra for each, so we are on time.
You're very kind, madam.
Thanks, Sajani. The finance, we don't have a finance committee yet, but Dr. Audiyappan is very much involved, and Dr. Soundarajan is full steam ahead. Where we stand at this point is that we have completed the deed, which we need to, a deed is a document stating that what this fund is going to be used for in the future. That's what the authorities would need before they will authorize us to start a fund. So the deed is complete, and he is working with the auditors to get that approved. And he has to apply for the funds. We did have a good discussion with Dr. B.G. Mohan, is that name, about bank account and Mohan Prasad. But Dr. Soundarajan has already worked with IOB to establish the account. And he was told that as an association, we don't need to have a trust fund. It can be an association fund, which is less restrictive. The regulations are least restrictive for an association fund than a trust fund. So Dr. Soundarajan is working on those things, and he's confident within 2 months, we will have a bank account. The deed has to be approved, filed, registered, and the PAN card has to be applied, and the bank account will be ready to go in 2 months.
Can I make some suggestion, Ashok? During the 2 months, we may have to make some payment for website, etc. And we can request Sounder to put the money into our 1970 batch trust account, and he can pay like he is paying to Tripur for funding. Yeah.
We could do that. Dr. Ramalingam has done that too.
Yeah.
We have generous sponsors to pay the librarian, 2 from our batch, Shanmuraj, 1970, and 1 from 1969 batch, close to 1 lakh rupees they have pledged. Okay. And 1 already has gone into the 1971 batch fund, and we will be start paying. So there are ways to continue our budget for the next 2 years.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think in 2 months we will have the account open.
Yeah.
I have a point, Dr. Shanmuraj.
Okay.
Dr. Rammurthy has already given 50,000 rupees towards the payment of the librarian for 6 months. So just yesterday he gave the check, and it's so great that he said, don't reveal anyone, just keep this money for him.
Oh dear.
I said, why don't you give 6 post-dated checks? It is a responsibility on me.
Ramamurthy, you are behind the screen. We can't see you, but we will congratulate you. Thank you.
So kind enough, he came down and personally handed over the check.
Very nice of him. Yeah.
And said not to reveal. What a great.
All right. Okay, but I think we will keep it secret within this 24 of us now. It will stay within us.
Oh, no, council members.
There
may be some council members too, no?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, Sajani, do you want to?
Anybody? Yeah, that's about it. I think that's great. We've.
No, Audiyappan is here.
Yeah, so he's next. The co-chair's report.
Correct. Audiyappan, I specifically want him to talk about. Audiyappan, are you going to reveal your face now? You are hiding as well. Anyway, while he's coming through, I specifically to ask him about to say a few words about Vanakkam Audiyappan, the Old Students Association, so-called OSA, and the Global Alumni. So in my view, OSA has already been there. Yes, and then we brought Global Alumni 2 months ago. So there are questions put to Dr. Kannan, do we need another entity? So in my mind, yes, we do, but we will work together. So in my view, we got engaged. The global alumni got engaged with the OSA, and in either end of December or beginning of January, we are going to marry. We will have a peaceful marriage with the help of Avudayappan, Venkatachalam, people like that, and then we live in harmony the rest of our lives. Avudayappan, say something and give us some reassurance about this marriage.
So did you just say Kannan now?
Just a few words. I mean, to say whether you can work it out to bring the law. See, we have 4,000 alumni in India. We only 1,000 outside. We want to mingle with you. We are not a different group.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the same thing I have decided to form a new old association of Coimbatore Medical College students in 2016, 50th year of our prestigious institution.
Right.
But after the finishing the golden jubilee year of our institution, we have decided myself and Dr. Manikraj, we have decided and to register as the Association of CMC World Student Association, with the full-fledged in the Tamil Nadu Medical the Registration Act. It is registered fully, and I applied for a PAN card and to make all the people to come together under CMC World Students Alumni Association. But somewhat after the 17, 18, 19, I am not able to success in this part. But now what I thought I dreamt in my life is going as a global alumni. Okay. But some of the our old alumni students saying that, so we at least 1 or 2 within 3 to 2, 3 years, we got to celebrate and have a good get together as a OSAM. The OSAM is always there. Many of the people staying in Tamil Nadu and in India, we can continue the same OSAM at least once in 2 or 3 years. The association already registered, and we are having PAN card and sometimes having bank account. So now, whatever may be the theme and the work, all we doing now is the same. Global alumni or association. So whether some of the people, the senior and the junior colleagues phoned up me and asked me whether you are going to abolish the OSA, World Student Association of CMC, or you are having only single association of Global Alumni Doctor Association. But we have to decide frankly with whether we are doing the good things to our institution. So the same attitude from World Student Association, CMC, as well Global Alumni, academic, service to the poor people, patients, and motivating our students, the forthcoming and budding doctors in our institution. We are doing social welfare. So we have to decide what we can do, whether to mingle or not. But I am not in a position to judge whether to mingle a single association. So we will do the services in the same, but we are not able to register once again CMC World Student Association here because it's already entered in Tamil Nadu Registration Act as CMC World Student Association. So, and also we have applied and we have a PAN card and a bank account. So it is a dilemma whether how to deal with it. We have to decide, the seniors and juniors of our global alumni to decide what can we do proceed.
Okay. On
so it is a dilemma for me.
Yeah. On behalf of global alumni, could we appeal to you and then your group to have a meeting of your own, and then decide, we all can do different things differently, but it will confuse the institution, CMC students, hospital, CRRI. If you approach them in 2 groups, it will confuse them. It's always nice to have one entity, one family. So that's why I use the word marriage. Let's marry. Well, Manikraj is here in the group. He can give his view. So you guys can turn around your members in India and then bring it together. It's a global. So I think it's our appeal. Manikraj, do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, see, the sentiments in Coimbatore and all around is that the OSA, which was started in 88 by us, by me and Dr. Ramurthy, and it has been doing well, except for patches of inactivity in between. And as Dr. Avadeppan pointed out, in 2016, it was a massive success. Celebrating the Golden Jubilee, I think I handed over the CD to Kannan. Yesterday, we had a hectic interactions with the Kannan yesterday, this morning also. And I think your idea of, see, we are not parting ways, they are not two big different associations, we are doing service for the uplift of our CMC and alumni. And as Dr. Avadeppan pointed out, everything has been done officially, the registration, PAN card, everything will stay there. I think I would welcome that. And we will also collaborate with the global alumni, and which is definitely doing very good service, because we could see within 3 months it has grown to a very tall structure, and it's being appreciated, except for small distractions here and there. It is there in our OSA also. And at certain point of time, we may have to, seniors had to leave this space. So it's going on there. And I think we'll have a discussion, we'll have a meeting in Coimbatore soon, maybe after a couple of weeks, after the functions over at the CMC hospital. Then we'll let you know. And
Okay.
one point about, just 1 minute,
Okay.
Dr. Ashok pointed out, and I think Ashok had a discussion, a very long discussion, personal talk with me, remember, for nearly 1 hour after the first unpleasant event, first time. Then I told him personally about the things to be done, and I only suggested that Coimbatore should be given proper representation, because people in Coimbatore know only the few of us, the OSA leaders, from 88 down now to 2019 or 20. So now that is happening. It's good that Avadeppan was selected, and I think few more leaders are needed. As Dr. Ashok Kumar pointed out, I think it's better that he personally talks to the heads of departments, heads of the institutions, like Dr. Velusamy was our batchmate. He's a CEO of GKNM, and Dr. Sukumar Ramakrishna, Dr. Kumaran of
Kumaran
KMCH.
from KMCH.
And unfortunately, we lost a very dynamic leader, Dr. Ramalingam, my own student, the Dean of PSG. He was a very dynamic leader, very unfortunate. And who else, something like this should happen. And I think that will give a very good push to the local activities of CMC to motivate them. Because when the head of the department, like deans or CEOs, talk to, because we have almost 50 to 60% of the working doctors in all of these hospitals which I mentioned are our alumni, and almost 60 to 70% of that are my students. So I can coordinate with these people who have a good understanding with all these heads. So you better, I would request both Ashok Kumar and Shanmuraj to talk to these people, allot some minutes, and I think that will do well. In fact,
Yeah.
Dr. Velusamy was not interested in joining, he even wanted to delete his own name from the group. Dr. Pari was not able to convince him, even though he's a good friend of mine. I think when the word comes from you people, because he was here for nearly 35 years in the USA, and he was an administrative officer in so many associations and platforms. So this is my suggestion. And about this marriage, we'll decide how we go about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ashok
has
definitely
something
it will not be a failure. it will happen. It will happen. And let's see how it works out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, Ashok will respond to your suggestion. Go on, Ashok.
I will keep it short. I did talk to Dr. Velusamy at GKNM 3 days ago. We had a very long conversation.
Very dynamic
very
leader.
Conversation.
Very dynamic leader.
He supports our association. He cannot actively participate, but any need, any help we need, he's there to help us and support us.
Yeah.
So I got his blessings from him. I have one suggestion for the OSAM.
Yeah.
If I may share the screen again with you. If you look into the administrative structure here, there, you have the UK, US, and the individual batches. I see another block here. The OSAM should remain independent, just like these other three entities. OSAM should, because it's hard for us to ask an association, we started in 1988, to say, give up everything, leave your identity, and come and join us. But it may be much more digestible for them if we put another box here saying that OSAM will have its own account, it will have its own association, but they are part of our global alumni, which will, they will do their own job, they will do their own project, but when a big call comes, which beyond their means, we will all put our heads together. So we can put a box here and say OSAM.
Yeah.
Sir, a word from me, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, 2016, when you are celebrating the 50th year of our institution,
right,
I made a lot of communication from Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp. A total about 3,500 people, old students, had an intimation from me.
Okay.
But they're asking me, many other people asking me, how many people from out of the India helped you during 50 years? So there are two people helped me. One is my classmate Ayansin, and another my classmate Tamil Tangam, who is anesthesia in USA. They have only complimented and sponsored 2 or 3 programs in 2016. So now the many people phoned at me, why you want to mingle with the global CME? We have to discuss frankly. And then OSM is always there. There's no problem at all. The aim of our association is to do something for institution. The main aim is that academic, social service to the poor people, and improving our students, forthcoming doctors from ourselves. That the same thing. There's nothing else. But in what way you are have to close your old student association and to mingle with some other people asked me. But I got answered very leisurely and with the friendship, it will continue. But what I thought, the association will be in the Coimbatore Medical Board Association will continue. We'll do some services, academic activities once in 3 months. We like to set a certain CME program, inviting all our retired professors and senior junior colleagues, and it will proceed with the OSM meeting once in 2 or 3 years. The 2 points I mentioned, but we got to decide frankly with all our senior and junior colleagues in forthcoming time, sir. That's my opinion.
Can I word, Dr.
Ram, can I respond to that first? I have 2 comments to make. The first comment, yes, you celebrated 2018, but we didn't know our happen. Nobody in this audience from abroad, we didn't know. So we didn't have communication. So there's a lack of communication. That's my first point. And second point, you can function like what Ashok mentioned. But I was but ambitious. You know, Germany was divided into 2 in 1945, and in 1989 they joined together. So that's what I had in mind. I'm a bit ambitious. My apologies.
Sir, but special thanks to Dr. Manikraj, Dr. Pallisamy from first batch, Dr. Ramurthy sir. Many of the people contributed many things on the 2016, sir. I will never forget. They were with me to as a secretary of the OSM 2016. They helped me and advised me, lead me to conduct the conference, and they honored many of the professors. That is a wonderful event in my life.
Fine.
And my achievement.
From the overseas, we didn't know.
Yes, sir. The credit goes to Manikraj sir and Ramurthy sir and Pallisamy sir. First batch, third batch, and second batch, they helped me a lot.
Yeah.
More than that of the junior colleagues, sir. I will never forget. Okay.
Can I just add can I have a word?
Yes, Ram.
No,
yes,
Ram sir, communication these days are so good. So you are able to, just like that, you are able to communicate everybody. The people abroad were not probably aware of the activities so much, or our annual meetings so much. And second is in life, everybody has to settle. They have to work hard for 15 years, 20 years to settle. So after that only so much of vigor comes that now we want to give it back to our alma mater. So it is none of anybody's fault. Now it is everybody's luck, and more so to the younger generation. We have come together. Now we have to look at in that angle. Then concerned about why nobody helped. Communication was difficult those days. So don't feel bad. You did a wonderful job for 1 decade. 1 decade guided by Dr. Ramamurthy and Manik Raj.
Okay.
I was
okay.
there for 2016 function. It was such a wonderful one. You did
Yes,
a
sir.
great job. But
Yes.
if we had communicated to Ashoka, Shanmuraj or Sajini, they might
Okay,
have
sir, I
come
am
down. Now the
Yeah,
COVID,
okay.
they could not come down.
Right.
Otherwise,
Okay,
they
sir.
would have flown
Sir,
down. They have
sir,
so
one
much
my-
enthu.
Okay, sir.
So
One of
don't
my
worry.
dream.
We are
Okay, sir.
all
One word,
going
sir.
to.
Okay, sir. So one of my dream in my life to form a Pakka audiovisual lecture hall in our college, sir. To make a wonderful lecture hall, to be seated 250 students with the audiovisual. It is my aim on behalf of OSAM. I am ready to sponsor 2 lakhs from my part. This is my frank word from today. So I am ready to donate 2 lakhs to make a Pakka. Hello, audible, sir?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Wonderful
Yes, sir.
gesture.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful gesture.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Real one. Real
Thank
one.
you.
I am ready to sponsor 1 or 2 lakhs to make a Pakka lecture hall for the students, for
Yeah.
both students in our college on behalf of OSAM, not my advertisement, on behalf of OSAM, Old Student Association. We are going to make a Pakka 250 seated audio visual Pakka lecture hall for the final year students. So when I am ready to donate 1 or 2 lakhs from my part, sir. It is a frank word from my heart to my prestigious institution of CMC, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We can work it out. Once we launch
Yes, sir.
our own thing, we can
Yes,
work
sir.
it
Yes, sir.
out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll move on. Sajani, I think
That's fine. We
move
will
on
go
to the
on to
next
the-
one, please.
I was just wanting to comment to Dr. Avadiyappan, the room is there, the e-library, the hall is there. Please make use of it. You have the lectures, please make use of the hall. Because it's all for the same cause. You're still going to teach the students, you're still going to teach the PGs. So please make use of whatever infrastructure is there already, because we are all going towards the same goal.
Yes, sir. That's fine. Thank you.
Dr. Sajani, I think Dr. Rajshekharan wants to say something.
Dr. Rajshekharan.
Sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I want to say that regarding Avadiyappan and Dr. Manikiraj Ramamurthy, I was also attended that one OSAM function. And as of that, this is not a dispute of opinion from anybody else or anything else I want to dispute. What I want to say is OSAM is, we formed and that is conducting functions and celebrations. Now what I feel from the global alumni people, that after their settlement in their own life, they want to do a very great philanthropic work to our own institution. So, but OSAM we meet, sir, but subsequently it is not connected continuously. But because it is not a subsequent, it is only a celebration, gathering, dinner, and we had a nice time. And of course, not everyone is very much coming forward to do such a huge work of faculty, e-library, and other those things. So this thought has to be inculcated to the youngsters and other OSAM people, whether the name is OSAM or global or whatever it is, or whether it is a state government or a central government or whatever it is. But what I want to say is, because this, even in this meeting, very small cluster of people are only joining here. It is not that, it is not representing the entire crowd of all the batches of the people, and it is also, even in my batch, I feel very difficult to convince each and everyone. If suppose this YouTube video comes out very well, and this is circulated to everyone, and it should, the mindset should be on both sides of the OSAM as well as on the global alumni to merge it. Till now, we should have a relationship, and we should try our best to do that, because I'm very frankly, honestly speaking, I am earning by INR. I cannot donate like an NRI what they are donating to a college in pounds and dollars. This is a very frank situation for an NRI and Indian person. That is one thing. And another thing is our own students and our own faculties will get benefited. So with that vision and mission, we have to carry out. That is my humble suggestion here, please. Whether it is a OSAM or
that's a very good suggestion. Our ultimate aim is CMC and CMCH, students, house surgeons, and PGs and faculties. So that's our aim.
And patients.
And patients, of course. I want Sajani to put the icing of the cake.
Anyway, let's move forward. Thank you. This was a very, very good and something from the heart, the conversation and the problems that everybody is facing. So we will all take it seriously and we'll put our minds together to come up with at least an engagement, if not a marriage, to start off with. Okay. Thank you. So let's go to Dr. E-Library update. I think we got the update. Do you want to elaborate anything more, Dr. Ramalingam?
No, I think we'll move on. We've done that. Move on to Sumati.
Sumati, go ahead with the emergency meeting and future actions. Thank you.
I think she will talk about project.
Yes, I have unmuted it. I was about to talk about the sports committee, the arts and culture, the student support committees. But I think most of the things have been covered by Dr. Ashok Kumar himself. Let me still share the screen once again. Share screen. I have to.
And about 90 minutes. We are all right. We are not too far out.
Yeah, we are nearly there.
Nearly there.
And
can you see the screen?
no, not yet.
Now?
No, well, I don't see it.
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
But tell us, Sumati.
Okay, you can't see the screen, is it?
No, the screen is not coming. Should I do anything? Should I do anything on my side?
Have you sent it to somebody else who can put it up?
Send it to Sajani.
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest, Dr. Kannan is there. Dr. Chandra.
Ashok will manage. Send it to Ashok.
Now?
Yes.
Oh yes, there you are.
Okay. Yeah, this one actually is it's about it's about the future projects which we are planning to do. The sports committee, the arts and culture, and student support, career guidance, counseling, and a general support to the students. And it just explains about our future visions in starting those committees. Then there is this memory lane slide about Dr. Shanmughraj and Dr. Sajini, and they have been like leading athletes and involved in all kinds of sports, hurdles, volleyball, basketball, all these things, and they have been leading champions in those days in 1970s. And the first picture is about Dr. Shanmughraj, and it says he's been an athletic champion. He's also been involved in pole vault, and he has also he was a winner of the Inter-Medical Hurdles Championship. And in those days, Coimbatore Medical College was in it as a baby. And when they went to this intermedical sports and they won this championship, the CMC got popular, and they all congratulated budding medical college having won the award. And now Dr. Shanmughraj is settled in the UK and is still practicing as a urologist in Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, and his hobby is taken up golf. Next slide is Dr. Sajini Thomas from 1971 batch, and she also has won a lot of cups, and and she's been an all-rounder, and she still plays tennis in Chicago, and she's very keen sportswoman, and we invite Dr. Sajini and Dr. Shan to lead our future sports committee with the help of other alumni. And this second one is there is a newsletter which is from Dr. Sajini and Dr. Shanmuraj. It's about their memories. It's called the Down the Memory Lane news article, and it consists of 2 pages. It will be published in our newsletter very shortly, and it's been forwarded to Dr. Kannan. The next one is which Dr. Ashok has already spoken about, and I have added
Audio not clear.
few more
Sumati.
names to it. Also, okay, let me increase it 1 second. Now,
Yeah, it's
I
better.
put the volume up. Okay. The arts, sports, culture, and holistic support group development.
I think there's a problem.
Up, yeah.
There's a problem with Sumati. You're frozen.
Dr. Lakshmi Narayan, do you want to update? Have you all been in touch with Dr. Sumati? You want to give us a few thoughts?
Lakshmi, you can give us some input on arts committee. Are you there? Lakshmi Narayanan? He came back. He went there to see his patients, came back. Lakshmi? Okay.
No. Anyway,
are you listening?
I think we got the gist of it, but what I wanted to tell Dr. Sumati was, forget about the dinosaurs. Let's go forward. Let's get some input from the local. What's happening currently? Oh, there you are.
Lakshmi is there. Give us some input on arts.
Yeah, sure. In fact, நான் தான் முதல்லயே சொல்லிட்டு இந்த மாதிரி முத்தமிழும் நாம கொடுக்கணும். இயல் இசை நாடகம், அதுக்கப்புறமா நம்ம காலேஜும் சரி கொங்கு நாடு சேர்ந்தது, நம்ம இது கோயம்புத்தூர் மெடிக்கல் காலேஜ், நல்லா கொங்கு நாட்டு மனம் எல்லாம் இது பண்ற மாதிரி தமிழ் பேச்சு, இசை, அப்புறமா கிராமிய நடனம், அந்த கிராமிய இது அதெல்லாத்தையும் நாம இது பண்ணணும். எப்பப்போ சான்ஸ் கிடைக்கிறதோ அப்போ நாடகத்தையும் இது பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா நாடக தமிழ் வந்து போற்றப்படுறதே இல்லை ரொம்ப. அதனால அதையும் நாம பாதுகாக்கிறதுக்கு ஏதாவது சின்ன சின்ன டிராமா மாதிரி போட்டு இது பண்ணாலும் போறோம். ஒண்ணும் இல்லை, சின்ன இந்த இப்போ திருவிளையாடல் தர்மி சிவன் அந்த இது வந்து மறக்கவே முடியாது. அது மாதிரி மெடிக்கல் இதுலயே பண்ணலாம். 20 கொஸ்டினர் மாதிரி டயக்னாசிஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி எல்லாமே பண்ணி டிடி அதெல்லாம் பண்ணி ரொம்ப ஜோவியலா பண்ணலாம், பிளஸ் நாலெட்ஜபிளாவும் பண்ணலாம். அது வந்து இட்ஸ் அ கிரேட் திங். நான் வந்து இன்னொன்னு ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஷேர். இன்ஃபேக்ட் இப்போ 2 இயர்ஸ் முன்னாடி, ஏன்னா ஒன்ஸ் இன் 40 இயர்ஸ் இந்த அத்திவரதர் வராரு. ஐ திங்க் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் அஸ் would have been aware. 40 years once only Athivaradar comes out of water. Then he goes back. We had been to Australia, New Zealand tour. Just we came and we celebrated Varalakshmi Vratam. After performing Varalakshmi Vratam, I composed one song, tuned it in 40th Madagartha, which is known as Navanitham. It is pertaining to Athivaradar. You want 1.5 minutes, I can sing that also. Then by the time our Sumi may get back to fold. Okay, 1.5 minutes, I can. It will be a mind-boggling song.
Are we okay for the minutes? It will extend on, no, Dr.
Yeah, I think we'll extend. We can extend it, yeah.
We cannot cut off the music and the song.
Isn't it special?
வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய் வரதாய் வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய் வரதாய் வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய் வரதாய் தருவாய் வதமாய் நவநீதனி வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய் வரதா நவநீதனை நீ கருணை புரிவாய் வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய் வரதா கருணை புரிவாய் நவநீதனை நீ திருவின் பதியே திருமாலே திருவின் பதியே திருமாலே தருவாய் தசமாய் அவதாரங்களை திருவின் பதியே திருமாலே தருவாய் தசமாய் அவதாரங்களை சரித்தனித நித நிதவ நிதவம கம பதனி கரி தனிதனி நித நிதபத சானி தவ மகம பதனி வருவாய் எழுவாய் அருள்வாய்.
Thank you. Manikaraj and Avudiyappan, he's going to conduct ceremony for the marriage.
Half minute only. No, this
Right.
Karam is a beautiful one.
Okay, thank you. I think time is running out. Sajani, what do you think? Have we finished?
Sumati is up there. Can we give her a couple of seconds?
I think for those who haven't spoken, shall we give 1 minute each and close the meeting, do you think?
Yeah, can Sumati just finish what she's got a hand up?
Yeah. Is she back?
Yes, yes, I'm there, but I can't see. I can't share the screen because I've come on the mobile.
Okay.
I'll just read it out. The Arts, Sports, Culture and Holistic Support Group Development. The Project Development Committee, Dr. Ashok Kumar suggested Professor Diana Dizos. She's one of the faculties, and she's from CMC, and she's also worked in the UCLH in London. And Dr. Ashok Kumar also suggested myself to be part of that committee. We are looking for volunteers from India, US, and other overseas alumni to join the Projects Development Committee, because it will be a big committee. We need a lot of volunteers, keen volunteers to be able to contribute and take part in this project, in this committee. The other one is Sports Committee. I already mentioned Dr. Sajni and Dr. Shanmugraj to requesting them to lead the Sports Committee. And I also have a name of Dr. Somu to join the Sports Committee. And it's a request for Dr. Somu to join this committee. Again, we will be looking for a lot of volunteers, young alumni from CMC to be able to take part in the sports activities and be able to develop the facilities in the CMC premises. I heard that there's a lot needs to be done to develop sports and the facilities the next one is the music group, arts and culture group. Dr. Lakshmi Narayanan is very happy to chair the committee, the arts and culture. And we have another couple of enthusiastic alumni. Dr. Rahu, he's a plastician based at Coimbatore, and he is the founder of the CMC Orchestra, and also Dr. Prakash Ramamurthy Culture Committee, and he's a vascular surgeon who is working with Dr. Bala Venkat in Ganga Hospital and is based in Coimbatore. He is, I have to mention, he's taken part in a lot of overseas singing programs.
Yeah.
One of them was in Tokyo Radio. He recently sung in Tokyo programs, and he's currently the IMA Orchestra lead singer in Coimbatore. And also he's a very famous personality in a small singing platform.
Dr. Kumthi,
And
can you
he's very
round it up? Otherwise, we'll all be cut off.
to
Not
join Lakshmi and Dr. Raghu. Then yeah, and Dr. Kulandasamy, Dr. Abudepan, I heard he's a singer with his arts and culture group plays. The last one is the
holistic.
The student support. We have Dr. Shant, student mentorship and counseling and career guidance. Dr. Hari Bhaskar and Dr. Shanti Sridhar, they are willing to help with this committee. And Hari Bhaskar is an ENT consultant from UK, and Shanti Sridhar is a neonatologist from US. And we need volunteers, please, from India and other.
Right. Sumati, still audio is very bad, ma.
And US alumni.
Do you want to finish it up? We will.
Maybe summarize it in a second, in a couple of
part.
Okay.
Student mentorship career.
We're losing you. That's all right. I think we'll send the rest by mail or by WhatsApp. But excellent. Yeah. You've got a lot of activity happening there and good support people.
Or Sajani, you can complete it if you know what she wants to say.
I'm not too sure of it. I don't want to put words into the.
Okay. So somebody circulate it in our GLT inauguration. I mean, launching
let me
platform. We will share it.
Yes,
I think we want to.
Sir, so one word from me, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One word, sir. I like to give.
Okay.
Regarding the fine arts, we are having one orchestra for CMC, Ragatvani.
Okay.
I like to appreciate and give thanks to our alumni, ex-dean of CMC and retired DME of Tamil Nadu Medical Education, Professor Dr. Mula Madam.
Okay.
I was advisor to my students for 3 years in the orchestra group.
So I finished.
And when I asked Madam, I sanctioned 2 lakhs immediately to purchase all the instruments for the Ragatvani orchestra, sir. So it is a word I like to commit here. So now the orchestra is still going on. Our students have won many prizes in the state level. So the fine arts group music Ragatvani to be continued hereafter, sir.
Okay, good.
Like to special thanks to Dr. Mumala Madam, Professor of Pathology, Dean of CMC, and retired DME of Tamil Nadu Medical Education, sir. It's a word from me. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you. I think it's time to close up, but I want whoever not spoken, please give your comment 1 minute each. Where do you want to start? Aruna, are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
1 minute, Ma, what do you want to say?
Yeah, sure. Sir, we a lot of alumni are here in so it is very easy to communicate with all. Like as sir was saying, like we do have contacts with all the deans so that we'll be able to get help from the deans and then the rest of the alumni. I can also help with that, sir. That's not an issue at all. It will be here.
Okay. Diana is from 1968 batch. Are you still there, Diana?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
As I said, I'm really a behind the scenes person, but I'm very impressed with what has been done so far and what has been planned for the future. I'm really impressed. And I'm happy to help Sumati in whatever way.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hari Bhaskar.
Hari Bhaskar, are you still there?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can see you. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's all, as they say, it's nice to be with all the like-minded people. So only 1 minute, what I want to say, particularly to the Dr. Avadiyappan and Dr. Manikaraj. Although you have done a great job as an OSA, although I was there 2 years ago, I paid for all these things. We couldn't stay as an overseas. But now the technology has improved. So now we are all communicated. Now this is the e-library and the webinar and everything is it is, as Dr. Shanmuraj was trying to say, as a marriage, but it is the overseas and the OSA coming together. Although you're consistently saying there are 4,000 people, only 1,000 outside, as Dr. Rajashekar says, what they want to contribute back to you, either monetarily or their advice and the knowledge to you guys for the CMC and CMCH, that is a great. We need to make use of it. We need to find look forward to work together. That's what mine is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
We might increase the dowry a little bit, Dr. You might consider it.
Which Sajani will do. Sajani will bring.
Maybe or 50 sovereign கூட கொடுக்கணுமா?
We expected
in
dollars
Africa,
and pounds,
Africa they
not
will
in
give only
rupees.
10. Africa, 1 second. In Africa, they will give only 10 goats.
Shannon Manikiraj, நம்ம எவ்வளவு வேணா கொடுக்கலாம். என்ன போச்சு? நமக்கு சஜினிமார் எல்லாம் உள்ள வர்றாங்கல்ல. டவுரி அதிகமான பரவாயில்ல.
We talk only in dollars and pounds, no rupee.
ஒரு நியாயമായ விலை சொன்னா பார்க்கலாம். நியாயമായ விலை சொல்லுங்க.
Okay, sorry.
நம்ம மூட்டையா காசு கொடுத்துடலாம்.
Why? We can have it another day, Ram. About
sure.
We will negotiate now. Einstein, do you have to say anything?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What I was thinking is, most important thing is to involve the faculty in Coimbatore. That is very, very important.
Right.
Because last week I spoke with the cardiologist, interventional cardiologist, Dr. Nambirajan, and I asked him how we can help, and he said like two things. One is he wants a 24-hour cath lab. Like right now, during the daytime, they are doing the STEMI, angioplasty, and all those things. So he needed there are DM cardiologists who are in medicine department. He wanted them to come to the cardiology department so they can do that. One thing. Second thing is he asked me whether I can get in touch with some researchers here in the US, because some of the DM postgraduates are interested in publishing. So I am trying to get in touch with one of the cardiologists here who has more than 160 publications to connect with him and, the webinars in cardiology and all those things. So I think we need to work with the faculty and ask them what is necessary, so that we will be more useful, and that is one of my most important suggestions.
Thank you. I think Ram will play a bridge between you and the faculty in CMCH. Thank you.
Yeah, happy to do so.
I think Sumati has something to say.
Sumati?
Yes, Dr. Naka was asking about this council members, whether she will be able to contact them to get access to the batches. Roughly about 1,200 alumni could be reached through those council members. I have the contact numbers of about 21, and I'm still trying to reach out to 3 council members who have got the phone numbers, but they are not in what.
Okay. So yes, I think some of the council members are already participating, and we can circulate that to them and give their input, because we need a lot from the ground. We need a lot of people to be involved in all committees. We have very few local people involved in these committees. So please, lady guys,
we will be able to group too.
Right. Sumati, sorry, you've been you've been let down by your audio. Shall we move on?
Okay. Yeah.
But you can circulate your ideas in the platform. Mohan Kumar, do you want to say anything?
No, I'm fine, sir. Thank you. Well responded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vimala Radhakrishnan.
Very impressive work done by you all. So
Thank
we
you.
will be giving my personal support for the upliftment of the hospital anytime, that's my word for the association.
Thank you. Thank you, Vimala. And now, Ramamurthy, I know you are hiding. You want to say something? Ramamurthy?
No, not. My net is failing. That's the reason I couldn't get into you.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Ramamurthy. And thank you for your contribution. Kavita, who is Kavita? There's somebody called Kavita.
Oh, no, that's me. That's me, Murali.
Oh, Murali, say something.
Really different. Yeah, well, it was interesting, but the thing is that not many people know that in 2008, I came to Coimbatore. I met now the dean, my good friend Ramalingam, who was at PSG, and then I started the Facebook group. So we have quite a few US, UK people there, including Australia. We've been posting quite a lot. I was also active in Stanley group, but I'm not comparing two colleges and anything, but personally, I feel Coimbatore alumni can actually do better, much better. There's a lot need to be done, and the information is also not going there. Like, for example, the American alumni, like years juniors to us, they all came up, but quietly they just withdrew to their own class and everything. So many of the the grievances put up by Audayapan was already placed on the Facebook, but the response, we need to pass the message, like whoever you know should actually be told that these things are happening, so that they can all come together and help Coimbatore, and we can also join together and have fun too.
Right. Okay. Thanks for that feedback, Murali. I think you should put for a bit more work on this. It's always in a marriage, the boy and a girl like, but the relatives can mess up. So this is what's happening at the moment.
Right.
So don't get handicapped. Give more input from you and get them across. Audayapan and Manikaraj, they have some soft corner with us. They will work on it for a happy marriage. Okay, so we'll move on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank wonderful meeting. Wonderful meeting.
Sajani and
Okay,
myself, very
Okay,
grateful to you all for participating and sharing your ideas.
Okay,
And
sir.
I'll close the meeting. Goodbye from me and goodbye from Sajani.
Thank you, sir. Wish you all the best. Take
you.
care. Be safe.
Bye.
All the
Bye.
senior
Thank
members.
you, everyone. Bye-bye
Bye,
now.
bye, bye. Bye.